First of all, welcome to the channel and thank you for stopping by. When time permits, please consider subscribing. I would greatly appreciate it. This morning I find myself in Keystone, South Dakota, the beginning of the BDRX. I believe it's 93 miles long and supposed to be fairly mild. Section 2 is supposed to be the one that actually has rougher terrain. Mild is good because I've traveled 1,847 miles to get here. So I'm a little bit beaten into the ground. And I'm old. I know that some guys literally plow through that nonstop. But for me, at my age, with the winds on the plains, I feel like I've run a marathon for 3 days and I'm barely holding myself up. So I am hoping that this is not a rough track. I know it's going to be gorgeous. I've been to the Black Hills twice before. It is stunning wherever you go, with some minor exceptions. As with any tourist destination or any place people want to go, the tourist towns pop up. This is Keystone, and it is all tourist. If you come into town, the sign says population of 240. And I can see why, because everything's a hotel or everything is a shop to sell you something. It is somewhat disappointing when you look at how beautiful the area is, but hey, we all got to make a buck. All right, I am going to follow my tracks and see if I can find the first gravel or dirt. Okay, good morning from Keystone. It is 7:15 in the morning. It is 50 degrees, and I'm not sure which way I'm supposed to go. Maybe somebody can tell me how to read tracks properly. But every time I look at it, if I'm at a crossroad or something, it's like, I don't know whether I go right or left. We're gonna go through, whoops, we just ran the red light. Oh well. Off to a great start, breaking the local traffic laws. As I mentioned in the opening, Keystone exists for one reason and one reason only: separate tourists from their money. If we had turned right, we would have ended up at Custer eventually, which is not as touristy, but semi-touristy, and on the way we would pass Mount Rushmore. I have videos with Mount Rushmore already, and I'm sure at some point on this trip, I will be there again. Alright, off-road mode ABS, and traction control, I believe, is a more muted version. We finally found gravel on our BDRX. Now, they've had a ton of rain this week. I don't believe it rained last night, but it rained most of the week, and the guys were saying 2 is flooded out with big puddles. No one mentioned anything here on 1. So, we'll see what we find today. But so far, just a couple of flooded puddles. I doubt they're deep. Of course, they probably are water in 40 degrees, so let's not get any of that on us quite this early. Though theoretically I'm waterproof. Oh, water resistant. Now, this is my 3rd year here in the Black Hills, but I really haven't done much in the way of gravel. I found some roads like this here and there in the Badlands, etc. But I've never actually... Oh, this is nice. Creek crossing, Greg! I've never actually gone on an off-road track for any length of time, simply because I'm usually with my friends and, well, some of them have street bikes. This is nice, though. Oh, it's one big rock in the middle of the road. So I was very much looking forward to this, and this is why I decided to come out early, just to spend a day or two hitting the things with the guys with the road bikes just don't want to do. I mean, Zach's, oh, look at that. Well, that went over the top of my boots. Not too deep, but some water. Zach has got a Harley Davidson, so he's probably not going to want to do any of this with me. There are a couple of guys, Scott and Pete, like they're off-road. Tim can be dragged off-road every now and again. Javi's bike is just too pretty to take off-road, even though it's a KTM. So this today is my day to just go out and relax. I am physically beat, I am tired, but I sure as heck don't want to sit in a hotel. I want to come out and do something. And let's face it, this is what I enjoy. Well, bah humbug. I don't think oh, what's that over there? That's a decision I have to make. Do I want to blow through this stuff just enjoying the tracks? Or do I want to stop and see what there is to see? I'll make that decision eventually. But for now, I'm just going to sit here and enjoy these nice flowy tracks. Definitely some water here and there. Very pretty. I could go through this faster, but it is like a 100-mile day. I am really tired, so I'm just here to enjoy. And I think a nice flowy track here in the gravel and the rocks and some water, good way to relax and have a fun time. Okay, section 1. So far, not disappointing at all. Leaving Keystone, it is absolutely beautiful, flowy twisties. And then you turn left onto this dirt road. This is what it is mostly. Beautiful trip through the forest, absolutely soaking wet. This mud is slippery as heck. It's 42 degrees, and there's a little bit of water. So, if you're coming here and you do not have waterproof boots, bring more socks, because there is no way you're getting around all these mud puddles. They are everywhere, and they're usually half of the trail, but then every now and again, this is about the fourth one, you simply aren't getting around them. You are going to have waterproof boots, or you're going to have wet feet. But hey, that's what we're here for. All right, I had to close my face shield for this one. Keep getting these mud puddles that cover the entire track. Ah, this is awesome. I am shocked at how much mud there is in the Black Hills, because if there's one thing it normally is dry here. So I'm kind of surprised. Enjoying it. I mean, I come from a land of mud and rock, so this right here is right up my alley. I think if the water was running down these creek beds, I would not want to be here. Woo! That Motaz is weak. That thing's got a lot of miles on it, and I tell you, every time it hits our dry rock, it just goes sideways, usually to the left. But it's tracking. Woo, I don't want to go in there. Yeah, I'm going to be avoiding any heavy mud. I don't want any part of that after what I've been reading. I will stick to the dry lines. I like these workarounds. Whew. Yeah, it would be nice to be down there, but not at the expense of the mud.